Everyone thinks the Nazca Lines are for aliens. They're wrong. For decades, the Nazca Lines in Peru have fueled speculation, drawing millions to gaze upon their baffling scale and precision. Giant hummingbirds, monkeys, and enigmatic geometric shapes sprawl across hundreds of square miles of arid plateau. But for whom were these colossal figures made? And why? The common narrative, often sensationalized, points to extraterrestrial visitors and ancient alien runway, perhaps. It's a compelling story, one that taps into our deepest curiosities about life beyond Earth. But beneath the surface of this popular theory lies a complex tapestry of archaeological discovery and indigenous understanding. These geoglyphs, etched into the desert floor by the Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD, are not just random drawings. They represent an extraordinary feat of engineering and artistic expression, visible only from a significant height. This inherent mystery, of course, is what truly sets the stage for wilder theories. Consider the sheer effort involved. Thousands of hours, likely generations, were spent carefully removing the reddish-brown surface rocks to expose the lighter, yellowish subsoil beneath. Without modern tools, without even the wheel, this was monumental work. Why invest so much for something they themselves couldn't fully appreciate from ground level? One of the most enduring and controversial theories, popularized by Erich von Däniken in his 1968 book, *Chariots of the Gods*. Proposed that the Nazca Lines were landing strips for alien spacecraft. He argued that ancient civilizations were too primitive to create such precise, large-scale designs without extraterrestrial assistance. Von Däniken's arguments captivated millions. He pointed to the perfect straightness of some lines, stretching for miles, as evidence of advanced technology. He ignored, however, the fact that many of the lines are anything but straight, often following natural contours or changing direction subtly. For a landing strip, you'd expect structural integrity, perhaps even signs of scorch marks or heavy impact. Yet the Nazca Lines are incredibly fragile, easily disturbed by wind or foot traffic. A landing craft, even a small one, would obliterate them. They were designed to endure, yes, but not under the weight of an alien starship. Furthermore, the runways often lead to nothing or terminate abruptly. No evidence of a launch or landing pad has ever been found. No alien artifacts, not even a strange metallic residue. The alien runway theory, while exciting, struggles significantly when confronted with archaeological fact. So if not for aliens, then for whom? The truth, as often happens with ancient mysteries, is far more nuanced and deeply rooted in the culture that created them. This is where the work of pioneering researchers like Maria Reich comes in. Reich, a German mathematician and archaeologist, dedicated over 40 years of her life to studying and preserving the Nazca Lines. She lived among them, meticulously mapping and measuring, often brushing dust from the delicate lines with her own hands. Her dedication earned her the nickname the Lady of the Lines. Her groundbreaking research suggested a profound astronomical purpose. Many of the straight lines, she proposed, aligned with the rising and setting points of the sun, moon, and certain stars during solstices and equinoxes. They could have functioned as a vast astronomical calendar or observatory. Other researchers expanded on this, noting that the Nazca culture was deeply agricultural, relying heavily on seasonal cycles for planting and harvesting in an extremely arid region. Precise astronomical knowledge would have been critical for survival. The lines, therefore, served a vital, practical function. Beyond astronomy, another compelling theory points to water. In this desert, water was life. Some geoglyphs, particularly the animal figures like the spider and the monkey, are associated with water deities or sources. The lines may have been paths leading to water or rituals performed to invoke rain. The Nazca people developed sophisticated underground aqueducts, called *puquios*, to access subterranean water. The geoglyphs, from this perspective, could have been a spiritual extension of their struggle and reverence for this precious resource, a massive plea to the gods of the sky and earth. This brings us to the most widely accepted archaeological interpretation. The Nazca Lines were part of elaborate religious rituals. The figures, visible from the sky, were likely intended for the gods. The act of creating them, a communal effort over generations, was itself a sacred ritual, a form of worship. Imagine pilgrims walking along the straight lines, perhaps in procession, performing ceremonies at specific points. The act of walking, of tracing these vast designs on the earth, could have been a form of prayer, connecting the human realm to the divine. This makes more sense than an alien landing strip. The precise construction method itself is also debated. How did they achieve such accurate scale and straightness without an aerial perspective? One theory suggests a system of ropes and stakes, scaling up smaller designs onto the vast desert canvas. This method, while labor-intensive, is entirely feasible with ancient technology. Small models or sketches could have been made first, then meticulously enlarged using a grid system or by simply walking the lines, guided by observers on nearby hills or even rudimentary hot air balloons, though that remains highly speculative. The Nazca culture was also known for its sophisticated textiles and pottery, often adorned with similar motifs found in the geoglyphs. This suggests a consistent artistic and symbolic language, reinforcing the idea that the lines were an integral part of their cultural and spiritual worldview, not an anomaly. While the alien runway theory continues to capture the imagination, driven by a desire for the extraordinary, the archaeological evidence consistently points towards a profound indigenous purpose. The Nazca Lines are not a mystery because they are alien. They are a mystery because we're still unraveling the depths of human ingenuity and belief. They stand as a testament to the Nazca people's advanced understanding of their environment, their spiritual connection to the cosmos, and their incredible ability to transform their beliefs into monumental art. A message, perhaps, not for aliens, but for their gods, etched into the very fabric of their world. The enduring power of the Nazca Lines isn't in what they might prove about other worlds, but what they reveal about our own, about the complex and often misunderstood civilizations that came before us. They challenge us to look beyond the sensational and truly listen to the whispers of history. What other ancient mysteries do you believe hide a deeper human truth?